We've been told since we were kids that if we just follow the yellow brick road, we'll find the answers. We're told that there is a whiz at the end of the line who has the budget, the headcount, and the vision to solve all our problems. But as anyone who has ever survived a corporate restructuring knows, sometimes the road is broken. The whiz is a projection, and the real leadership is happening in the trenches. In the 1978 classic, The Wiz, we aren't just looking at a fantasy. We're looking at a case study in organizational behavior. From the snowy streets of Harlem to the neon lights of the Emerald City, this film shows us three distinct types of chief executive officers. Welcome back to Suit and Screen. I'm Lady Ray, and today we're auditing the leadership styles of Dorothy, Eveline, and the man behind the curtain. We're moving past the magic and looking at the management. It's time to see who's actually running the show. In the corporate world and in the consulting world, we see these three archetypes in every boardroom. You have the reluctant leader, someone who has the talent but is terrified of the big chair. You have the tyrant, the leader who manages through fear and production quotas because they don't know how to inspire. And then there's the fraud, the leader who has the best branding in the world but no actual infrastructure behind that curtain. The problem isn't usually the talent of the team, it's the frequency of the leader. If you're following a fraud, you're chasing a ghost. If you're working for a tyrant, you're burning out. But if you can find the reluctant leader who finally decides to own their power, that's where the home run happens. So, are you leading from a place of substance? Or are you just pumping green smoke into the room and hoping no one looks behind the curtain? Okay, so let's break down the C-suite of Oz using the Genuine Radiance Leadership Audit. And this, my friends, might be my favorite audit. There's the Dorothy audit, or the servant leader. Dorothy didn't ask for the job, but she's the one who kept the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Lion aligned with the mission. She leads through empathy and shared goals. So, remember, true leadership isn't about the title. It's about operational alignment. If your team is moving toward the goal because they trust you and not because they fear the witch, you've already won. Then there's Eveline, the toxic high performer. Eveline runs the sweatshop. She has 100% productivity because she's eliminated the break room. She tells her team, "Don't nobody bring me no bad news." Remember, this is a short-term gain, long-term drain model. When the leader creates an environment where bad news is forbidden, they become blind to the water, the market shift, that is about to melt their entire operation. Last but not least, we audit the whiz. This is the branding illusion. The whiz is the ultimate hype man. He has the biggest office, the biggest light show, and a global reputation. But he has zero core competencies. He's a balloonist who got lucky. So remember, you cannot scale an illusion. If your business model is 90% marketing and 10% delivery, the moment someone pulls back the curtain, your stock crashes. So, what's our strategy from this episode? Transition from the Wiz model to the Dorothy model. Stop trying to be great and powerful and start being present and empowered. Build a leadership style that doesn't require smoke and mirrors to get people to follow the road. There's a moment in the Emerald City, and it's my favorite scene of all time, where the Wiz changes the vibe of the city by just shouting a color. Green, red, gold. And the people, the high-end consultants of Oz, immediately change their entire wardrobe and attitude just to stay on trend. This is performative culture. If the leadership changes the color of the company values every 6 months just to follow a LinkedIn trend or a TikTok trend or Instagram trend, the employees lose their identity. They aren't working, they're posing. When the whiz finally stops the music, everyone realizes they've been dancing in a circle, going nowhere. Did they look good going in the circle? Yes, but they were still going nowhere. Anyway, don't build a culture that changes colors with the wind. Build one that's rooted in the true north of your mission. So, what have we taken away from the great and powerful Oz? You don't need a wizard to give you what you already have. Leadership isn't a gift from the C-suite. It's a decision you make every time you help your team find their brain, their heart, or their courage. Audit your style, stop the smoke and mirrors, and remember, you've had the power all along. I'm Lady Ray. This has been Suit and Screen. Next week, we're shifting from the glistening lights of the Emerald City to the gritty New York streets of the 90s. We're moving from the leadership audit to a market share audit. We're looking at the 1998 cult classic, Belly. We're going to see what happens when the blueprint for success is written in the dark and how the dynamic duo we talked about earlier plays out when the stakes are life, death, and blue lights. Stay sharp, stay stylish, and remember, uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. So don't nobody bring me no bad news. I'll see you in the next scene.